Segment 27, Colorado Trail. Just 2 more segments left. You keep seeing these like bush-like plants. They smell like wild blueberries. Very sweet, very blueberry-esque. Not sure what they are, but I guarantee you the bears in the area will probably be feasting. They smell that sweet and nice. And we're doing segment 26 and some of 27 today. We're in a 22-mile dry stretch where there's no reliable water sources. So our weight is kind of high right now, carrying a lot of water. Thank goodness our food weight is down. And add in some decent trail circumstances. It's fairly level. No big climbs to speak of yet. We'll have one big climb coming up probably end of tomorrow or the next morning. Take us over the Indian Trail Ridge and drop us down into Taylor Lake where our water supply will be. So we're kind of been pushing to make some big miles today. Shorten all this up. I don't even know how many miles we did today.
I wanted to see it, actually.
I'm thinking
Where's your phone? I'll look.
18 to 20. Or could be 20 more.
I was going to look, but I can't. I was going to look on mine now, but I can't see
This
it on
is
mine.
the lowest we've camped in a while. Probably 10.5.
Yeah.
A nice little valley over there.
Got huts. It's pretty. It's a pretty view.
It's like 2.5 days left. 2.5 days.
Depends on how we huff it.
Ooh, tired. Let's get some sleep. All the flowers are leaning, waiting for the sun. It's coming. They're all leaning to the left, waiting on that big orange ball to crest over those peaks. It's the best campsite ever.
Yeah.
You would have just had to hike through the dark and the thick woods to get to it.
Yeah. Good campsite, though.
We had to send a hiker text. One of the people following behind us this morning. Just reminded him to take a break and relax. Enjoy. Have a good morning, David. We'll see you at some point.
There's the dust plume.
So we're in a holding pattern. It's a thunderstorm overhead, so we pitched a tent. I quickly went to playing cards.
I'm reading.
You're reading.
Yes.
And the sky is talking away. We're just sitting here waiting for it to pass. The longer we sit, the lazier we get, and the more we think, this is a really good camping spot.
Well, we know we can't go more than 2.8. That's a given, right? So we got to treat Indian Trail Ridge with kid gloves, right?
Thinking I need a bath or something.
Oh gosh, I need more than a bath. I need like a razor, a bath, something to do.
We're a mess. Yeah, we're a mess. But, you know.
That's what it is.
That's all the glory and wonders of through hiking and how wonderful and excellent it is. You know, we can romanticize it.
Never heard anyone say it was fun. Have you actually?
I don't know. Maybe I might say it's fun. I know you get filthy and tired and really hungry. You can't eat enough food to quench your hunger.
I'm curious to see how much weight I've lost.
Burn more calories than you can take in, and you can't carry enough calories to counter that. Your pack would weigh 75 pounds. Sometimes you can only walk so far on a ridge before you have to stop. Sometimes you can walk only so far out on a ridge before you make yourself stop. Yeah. It would be fun to go and, you know, risk twisting an ankle. If that thunderstorm wasn't there coming this way. That's tomorrow's adventure. The Far Ridge, Indian Trail Ridge. On the other side of that is Taylor Lake. Beyond Taylor Lake, Durango. Well, we've decided to stop for the night. Thought we'd just kind of walk out here on the end of the ridge and see what we could see. We can also see another round of storms coming and rumbling away. Get back to camp. No cold soaking. Want a warm dinner. All right.
change bits, we have to have a little more heat.
I will commence with boiling water so we can yet rehydrate another meal on the trail and be like astronauts.
Okay.
Too bad we didn't bring any Tang. Ooh, temperature's dropping too.
It's getting cold, isn't it? Okay, so we just want to get really
That means you got house duty. You gotta get the pad and quilt and everything. Rumble, rumble. Home sweet home. Oh yeah, we're night hiking. Well, not really. Sun just hadn't come up yet. And we need to get going. So I guess we'll spare you the boring details of hiking in the dark. And when the sun comes up, we'll turn the camera back on. Starting to get light. Oh, we got light through the trees now. From what we could tell, there was a stunning sunrise. We were buried deep in the woods. Didn't really have a straight line at it. Big orange glow in the sky and silhouette of the jagged mountain peaks. That was amazing. And today's agenda, make miles, set ourselves up for a easier finish tomorrow. Can't believe I just said that. Finish tomorrow. I just said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wow. But before we leave the trail, we get to go over Indian Trail Ridge, which we wanted to do yesterday, but those storms rolled in, and there's a couple of places on this trail that are no-fly zones when there's even a little cloud in the sky. Indian Trail Ridge is one of them. I think that area just loves lightning. So we called it short, made camp early, amongst other people. There must have been at least a dozen or so people that showed up in the area we were in last night, all thinking the same thing. Indian Trail Ridge is a no-fly zone in storms. So we had the company of several people. Everybody's sitting around swapping stories. But after Indian Trail Ridge today, we also get to drop into Taylor Lake. It's a nice little alpine lake set in a bowl. It's actually our next water source. It's a 22-mile stretch in here where there's no good water sources. We did find a couple because of the snowpack we had over the winter, so it wasn't as bad as it normally is. But yeah, Indian Trail Ridge, Taylor Lake, even the Slide Rock area as we make our final descent down into Durango. But other than that, it's the last big day on trail. Tomorrow, it's kind of all downhill, making miles, walking fast. So kind of enjoy today for what it is. And tomorrow we put on our speed runners and fly down the hill. I was laying there last night in the tent, and we had, what, a dozen or more. I'll just stick with that number. I know there was more than 12 people in the area. I think there was 4 or 5 tents within our little spot.
Some 2 to a tent, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was 2 people and some tents, but
Yeah.
I remember laying there after the sun had set, and I kept thinking to myself, somebody cooking something?
Are you hungry?
You know? It wasn't that I was hungry or anything, but it was like, it had a really funky smell, you know? And I'm like, I don't know what you're cooking, but it, you know, really doesn't smell that pleasant. And then I realized, you know, nobody was really out and about. I couldn't hear anybody.
Yeah.
You could hear people flip-flopping around in their tents. You hear the sliding noise on the sleeping pads, you know, everybody makes. But I couldn't figure it out. And then I thought, God, if it's not somebody cooking, is there like a freaking animal around here? That's not an animal I've ever smelled, you know. It had just this kind of, I don't know, pungent thing.
I know it was.
And then I figured it out real fast. And I thought, my God, if blushing was a form of light, our tent would be so lit up right now. I'm just laying there thinking to myself, dude, you stink. I mean, you freaking stink, okay? It's finally gotten to the culmination that everything together, I'm like, oh my God, I hope we're downwind from everybody. They're going to be like, that tent over there has an odor coming from it. That's not good. But I think everybody smells the same, so.
Sweat, dirt.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
You know what? It was a unique odor that I have never even experienced in a locker room.
Yep. No, I noticed it too. I was thinking the same thing. Dang.
Yeah. I don't know if I finally just allowed myself to acknowledge that I smell or what.
It's definitely.
Because Lord knows this ain't, you know, that wasn't the first time. Maybe you're just finally starting to relax and realize how dirty and smelly you really are. I'm like, oh my God.
In someone's car. How do I apologize for that?
Well, you know, trail angels, when they come to pick you up, they know. They've been there. They accept it. All right, let's make some miles and go find a shower. Well, I'll call that good morning. We have enough light. How about that? Little open meadow. Flowers are all anxiously awaiting the sun. We can stay on the Colorado Trail, or we can take the neglected trail.
I'm not sure about the neglected trail.
Yeah, let's stay away from the neglected trail. Let's stay on the Colorado Trail. I wish we'd have been here when that sunrise was coming.
That would have been pretty cool.
I mean, it's still kind of getting it. But it was so cool earlier. About half an hour or so ago, it was just amazing. Just watching the colors. And the whole sky was pretty much burnt orange. Got some big time views to see today. Been waiting to see Indian Trail Ridge. Walk across that knife edge. It's gonna be cool. Taylor Lake. Gonna be a beautiful sight. All that water Been dry for 20 miles. Not only that, but Taylor Lake is like the last big hurrah on the trail. Ah, what a great morning. It's the point of no return now. You get up here to the Grindstone Trail. It's the last point, the last safest point to get off the ridge. We don't need the Grindstone dropout. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful morning. Point of no return. 4.5 miles to Taylor Lake. Indian Trail Ridge in between.
It's so low looking.
It's our pizza delivery. We're over here. Come back. Bring our pizza. Oh man. Must have got the wrong mountain address. Don't look up, whatever you do. That's a brutal climb. That one bike packer's just starting it. He was going downhill at a good clip. He's about to lose momentum. I think he just got off. He's gonna walk it up. That's too much to ride up. Piece of cake, right? Piece of cake. A couple of switchbacks and we'll be at the top. Woohoo! Walk lightly, expect everything to move. I can't imagine coming through here in a storm blowing up on you. I mean, you can't go anywhere. You think these rocks aren't going to attract the lightning? I don't think the lightning would kill you. I think you just die of a heart attack. So freaky.
Definitely unnerving. Whew.
And a climb in front of us. Woohoo! It's almost impossible to look up. You start slipping, put your foot in the wrong spot. It's so pretty out here though. You just want to absorb it all.
There's no hurrying down this thing.
No. It's like I kept looking around and I kept slipping.
Yeah, you have to watch
It's
your
like,
footing
okay.
carefully.
You just have to stop, you know, if you want to look around. Looking back north and east, all the layers upon layers upon layers of ranges towards Denver. We crossed them all. So close. A fabulous way to end the journey. The Indian Trail Ridge, soon to drop into the Taylor Lake area. Just a fantastic way to finish out. And then we'll head on down to Durango after Taylor Lake and Canyon there. Just beautiful morning out here for this. Weather is absolutely fantastic. And the drama just keeps coming. Wow, this is amazing. These little knife edge areas are cool to walk on. The views are incredible. Taylor Lake is going to be right on the other side over there. We can see the road, the trailhead for the end of segment 27, beginning of segment 28. I guess maybe if I looked down at my feet I wouldn't fall. It's kind of hard not to though. Amazing views, wildflowers. I mean, it's like we still got to do segment 28, but this is like the big finale finish, you know. Segment 28 is just that cool down, welcome back to society as you slowly work your way down through the canyon into Durango. Oh yeah. Yeah, we've talked about Taylor Lake, doing it northbound, doing it southbound, you name it. It's like Taylor Lake is the welcome mat. If you're going northbound, you get out of that big climb right before you do Indian Trail Ridge. Southbound, it's like, oh, we're almost done. And then of course water, you know, it's been 20 miles since you had a really good source of water. Yeah, this year we got really lucky. Kind of finishing out the last mile from Taylor Lake to the end of the segment before we start our very last segment, segment 28. About 21 miles will take us down into Durango. We bid you farewell, segment 27. Taylor Lake, Indian Trail Ridge, all points north and east towards Denver. And we drop over the ridge into Durango.